Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vase. I'm in Chiang Mai. What a beautiful city, man! I love it. So I spent the entire day. This has been a crazy month of Tone Vase first. I really should tweet it out with pictures. For the first time, I made a trade this year in crypto space. For the first time in my life, I've ever eaten soup out of blood. Also, for the first time, I ate pig brains. And today, for the first time, I drove a motorbike and drove on the opposite side of the road that I've ever driven on. So it was great. About 15 minutes to learn how to ride a motorbike and then just go out there on Thailand highways, going 80 kilometers an hour. At least I had a helmet on. And I survived. So beautiful. So there you go. All right. So that was my day today. So I think it's 2:30 in the morning. So let's go straight to charts because I'm not going to stay up forever, obviously. I already have 200 viewers. Wow, that happened quick. All right, let's get to charting. All right, workshops. How are the workshops doing? Well, plenty of seats in Melbourne. Still lots of seats in Singapore. And we have Perth and Sydney. And yeah, Las Vegas isn't on the front page. But hey, I'm going to talk about the Las Vegas workshop in the near future because of the conference. This might be an advanced workshop. I'll see what I'm going to do. I just had some crazy thoughts. I'll talk about it later, not yet. Hey, if you guys like these videos and like me to continue making these videos, please support via affiliate page. I've been meaning to add a bunch more. I'll get there. And also the Amazon list as well. Please go ahead and check that out. And finally, come on, load. I want to go to bed. Anyway, you guys got it. And finally, the Unconfiscatable conference. We are adding speakers. I think by the end of this week, all 4 of these pictures will be filled out. I got a few more people that I consider celebrities. You may not, but I do, because I am the Vitalik Buterin of my event, just like he is the ultimate dictator of Ethereum. So it kind of works the same way. So I have been in contact with a few people, so I'm going to fill these out soon. But everyone is welcome to play in the 0.1 Bitcoin game that I plan to play in as well. And hopefully a lot of these celebrities will play in as well. So 85 seats left in that one. It's 100 maximum. Speakers, Max Kaiser is good to go for the conference. So is Stacy. We have Peter Todd. I am trying to get some more high quality speakers. It's not as easy as you think, and I am working on it, considering, not that many people have registered yet. So again, I am taking the risk, but I think it's worth it to have a really good conference. And hey, if only 20 people show up, great. You will have plenty of time to chat with these speakers. Not a problem. The conference goes on. The conference will go on no matter what. So that's the price. The price will go up after 39 more tickets get sold. All right, charts. The monthly chart has not changed. Please watch prior videos for the monthly chart. Oh, wait, let me pull out the live chat. Hey, Corey, if you see any good questions, throw them in Telegram. I don't know if I'll get to them, but please throw them in Telegram. And every time I do these videos, I remember that I have to do real trading, not crypto trading, and I'm just too freaking busy because, look, I'm doing videos at 2:30 in the morning, for God's sakes, and the stock market is about to close, and I totally missed today. Is today Wednesday or Thursday? Today's Thursday, isn't it? Shit, tomorrow's Friday. I hate entering positions on a Friday, but I will if I have to. Anyway, we'll figure that out tomorrow. So, and I have a meetup tomorrow. Shit, that's not going to be a good one either. Anyway, Monthly chart hasn't changed. I'm not going to talk about the monthly chart. Let's go to something more relevant. I talked about all that yesterday. Here is Bitstamp. We are still in the triangle. We are now a little bit lower. We are now 63.86 on Bitstamp. Look, the lower we close on the current candle. Hey, thank you for your tip. I just saw that. Paul, thank you for your tip. Hey, Corey, grab that question. I haven't read it yet, whatever it is. I'll try and get to it. I'll definitely get to the tip stuff. I want to, support the supporters. So we're still in the bottom of the triangle. Look, big wicks at the top are bad for the price of Bitcoin. Big wicks at the bottom are good for the price of Bitcoin. So you can see how every time there was a big wick along the bottom, the price did well. Anytime there was a big wick along the top, and we haven't had many big wicks along the top. We had a couple back in February, and the price did not do very well. So we have to go backwards in time. Let's go to the bear market. Let's see if we had big wicks at the top in the last bear market. As you can see, we had a big green candle with a bit of a wick. Price did not do well. The next biggest wick is here. Price did not do well. A nice big wick right here on the week of November 10th. Price did terrible. After that, into the capitulation of January, the first week of January. So, and look at it again right here. Nice long wick at the bottom. Back in August 2015, price does well. Huge wick at the top on the week of November 2015. Price did not do well for a couple of weeks. Then it rebounded, right? So long wicks above the candle's body are bad. This week is almost over. Today's Thursday. More than half the week is gone. Let's see where this week closes. If this week closes near the bottom of the body, I will be doubling down on my short. Like, I don't care what my critics say. I really don't. I don't care that there has been 3 articles in the world of crypto about me taking on the first trade of the year. Like, it has to be a really slow news day in crypto that I am the news story of my actual trade. I mean, it's great. My subscriber numbers are up. I didn't expect it. My audio podcast numbers are through the roof. I just went from, according to Private Key Publishing, which is my audio podcast management company, according to them, I went from 134 ranking to a 95 or 94 ranking this week. Hey, so look, all news is good news, right? Like, hey, I didn't know Tether was going to implode. I had no idea I was going to be down 20% on the trade, but I'm down only 15% now. And in a few weeks, I'll probably be in the green. There it is. Thanks, Corey. From 182 to 93 ranked in 2 days. I'll take it. I didn't do that trade to raise my numbers, but hey, that's what happens, right? So it's fine. Now why I did it because I wanted to hedge conference ticket sales, and I felt that this was the most probabilistic, statistically accurate trade of the year. So I took it, and I will certainly double down on that trade if the situation calls for it, but not yet. Next. Here's Bitfinex. Bitfinex on a 1-day chart. As you can see, the price is starting to line up, which makes sense because if I look at this chart, every time the price on Bitfinex spikes above Bitstamp, it always comes back and overshoots. So I would actually expect the price on Bitfinex to go lower than the price on Bitstamp. This is a very bad daily candle. This daily candle still has about 7 hours to go, or no, wait, 4.5 hours to go. And let's see where this candle ends. If this candle ends at the low, that's very bearish. Here's the triangle that I drew last episode, and it's fitting, right? Again, look at Bitfinex on a 12-hour chart. Look at the CMF. Look at how horrible the CMF is. That's a disaster. And I'm not surprised that we have fallen out of the triangle. And let's see if we can get back to this blue line. Not sure what this blue line represents at this point, but I will need to, it's hard to say. I can look at the timestamp of my trade and then I'll put it on one of these things. And that's fine. And we'll see when it gets back there, and we will see when I'm break even. But as you can see, the price on Bitfinex is dropping fast. This is also Bitfinex. This is the same triangle. Hindsight is always 2020. So let's expand the triangle. And there it is, right? Triangles don't usually break down at the very end or at the very tip of the triangle, but this one did. And this is the same concept as the giant weekly triangle. This is the 12-hour, this is a 4-hour chart. Now, this is beautiful. This has a beautiful trade. If I do this, I wasn't looking. I mean, I just did another podcast, right? So I did a podcast, and then I had to talk to my manager and the event team of Unconfiscatable. And now I'm finally looking at the chart. But if I was trading the 4-hour chart, according to the TD sequential, which is my favorite, one of my favorite indicators, the short play was this. It was beautiful. A red 2 going below a red 1, breaking out under the triangle, right? This is exactly what I bet on a weekly scale. But that was a weekly scale. This is a daily scale. Do you guys see the difference here? This is why the trade that I entered, I'm willing to wait till the end of the year. In fact, I have to wait till next year for tax reasons. I don't want to exit my trade this year. I want to exit my trade next year for several reasons. One, there is no way in hell I will be a New York resident as of January 1st of next year. I am changing my residency. I don't want to be a New York resident. I don't want that liability. There's also a good chance that I will not even be a U.S. citizen next year. I'm looking at other passport opportunities. So I might have entered my trades, but I certainly don't want to exit my trades with my residency as it is for obvious, tax and legal reasons, right? So I am looking to change residencies and possibly nationality so that it's fully compliant. That's my plan. And once I get back to the US in December, I am immediately changing my residency outside of New York City, where everyone knows I am. But I won't be there as of January 1st, and I'm going to change my residency this year. Anyway, maybe I'll talk about that later. I do want to go to Venezuela. I've been doing a lot of crazy stuff lately, so Venezuela isn't that far from the list. Samurai is a good wallet. It's my favorite wallet. I see some questions. So anyway, so this is the trade. This is the perfect trade. A red 2 below a red 1, breaking out of the triangle. I did not see this trade. I didn't know this was happening. I was on another podcast. You can look at my Twitter. You can look at the timestamp. Now the podcast was in Russian. It was with Forklog. I do weekly podcasts in Russian. And if I knew other languages, I would do weekly podcasts in those languages. Unfortunately, I am not Leah, so I only speak one language besides English. That's the perfect trade. A red 2 below a red 1, you should already set a break-even stop based on a 4-hour chart. I am waiting for this to happen on the weekly scale. It's probably not going to happen this week. I will just wait for a red 3 below a red 2, and then I will double down. I don't see it as a double down. I basically see it as a new short trade. I went in prematurely. That's fine. Went in a little early. We're going to talk. Maybe I'll talk about that. How am I doing on time? I am going to bed at 3 in the morning. I'm not staying up past that. So right, I have 23 minutes to go. Here's the hourly chart. The hourly chart is on a 6 of 9. So in about 3 hours, this could give you a profit taking opportunity on a daily scale, on an hourly scale, sorry. Wow, shorts are breaking into a brand new world of the amount of shorts. I don't care because the price is king and the price is telling me bearish. Bitfinex is dropping faster than Bitstamp. This is supposed to fall into line. Tether is getting stronger. I'm not surprised. It's coming off a TD9 on the price of Tether. So I'm expecting that to go higher. What is this? The S&P 500 is not having a very good day. It's been going back and forth. Let's look at the daily. The daily is not having a good day. I thought this could be a 1 to 4 day correction into here and then down. I can't believe I forgot to draw the red arrow last night, but this is what I was going to draw. That's the most likely outcome. It looks like the correction is probably over, and I am now, if tomorrow is a bearish day in the S&P 500, and then Monday is a bearish day, I'm done. I am going to be a bear of the S&P 500. But this low needs to be in jeopardy. This low is not in jeopardy yet. I am still 55% bullish S&P 500. But if tomorrow is a bad day, that becomes 51%. And if Monday is a bad day, I become more than 50% bearish on the S&P 500. If you have retirement, if you have a managed portfolio that's long stocks and the next 2 days are down days, I would be out of the stock market. Gold seems to be doing well because the stock market is down. Unless the stock market goes down too much, gold would probably be okay. I know I said the other day gold should be down, but it's up. But that's because I was looking at this monster up day, anticipating a few more days of upside, which didn't happen. Now it makes sense for gold to go up short term and then eventually reverse. What is this? AMD. AMD is not looking as bullish anymore. It was looking very bullish off this candle. The trade should have been made. Break-even stops should have been in. And I would be now looking to potentially short AMD on the price flip and a red 2 below a red 1. But because of earnings, I won't actually do it. Or I wouldn't actually do it. What was that? All right. Corey, I see your questions. Great. I'll get to them in a minute. Apple looks bad. If tomorrow is a down day, Apple is kind of screwed, but because it's a Friday tomorrow, I would be a little careful. Shit, guys. You know what? I'm sorry. I have limit orders in the stock market, and I'm going to end this video when the stock market closes, and I need to check. I need to check if any of those orders got executed. And if they haven't, I would love to alter my limit orders, but I don't think I'll have the time. Hold on, my app is overwriting something. All right, this is, okay, so that was Apple. What's next? Okay, did that work? Yeah, I have no positions, damn. So tomorrow I gotta alter my limit orders so I can get in. Maybe I can wait till next week. That would be fine too, because I don't have time. Facebook looks bad. I would wait for the price flip. Red 1, red 2, but earnings is coming. So again, this will give you a beautiful short play right before earnings. So I would not be directionally trading any of this stuff. I would wait for earnings. Amazon is the same thing. If there's a red 2 below a red 1 tomorrow, that's a short, but earnings is next week. So again, that's got to be a very short play. You don't want to hold into earnings. Netflix is the only one that finished earnings. They beat earnings. They're going down because the market's going down. Netflix is in a bad spot. I wouldn't touch it right now. Wouldn't touch anything right now. Oh God, this thing fell apart. Yeah, I'd be short. Whatever the hell this thing is, I'd be short. Red 2 below red 1, below the 9-13 combo. Housing is a complete disaster. Ford, complete disaster. Tomorrow's a 9. If you are short Ford, take your profit tomorrow, wait for earnings, reevaluate. And finally, Google, same thing as the rest. You know, a red 2 below a red 1 is a short play, but earnings is next week, so I wouldn't touch it. I am speaking in Singapore next week at Crypto Expo. I'm also speaking in Singapore next month. A month later at Block Show. I'm looking for my speaker at the conferences. That's it. Don't forget to check out Unconfiscatable, the conference in Vegas with a celebrity poker game. Can't wait to get these pictures in, probably tomorrow. Max Kaiser is now a speaker at Unconfiscatable. So check that out, along with Peter Todd, Giacomo Zucco, and of course, our YouTube channels, me, Leah, Tyler. It'll be great. Workshops, tickets are 0.05 Bitcoin, and VIP tickets are 0.3. People are buying the VIP tickets. Thank you for the support, guys. And yeah, price goes up in 39 more ticket sales. All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave screen share. I'm not gonna screw up again. Corey, questions. I got 15 minutes. Tone says Ethereum has a larger beta than Bitcoin. Did you consider shorting Ethereum in the trade you just made since you see a Bitcoin breakdown? That's a good question. Why didn't I short a shitcoin? Because I'm not in it for the money, right? Like I'm not, I know you don't believe me. I know you don't believe that I'm not in it for the money, right? I didn't trade to make money. First of all, I traded to make more Bitcoin. And I know you can say that if you short Ethereum, you can convert that into Bitcoin. I don't want to. I don't want to short Ethereum. I don't want to think about Ethereum. I don't want Ethereum to exist. And because it has a higher beta than Bitcoin, Ethereum is more unpredictable, right? Look, I understand Bitcoin. I knew how to evaluate Bitcoin. So I placed the proper stop loss so that the tether bullshit did not wipe me out of the trade. On Ethereum, I can't do that. I can't rationalize insanity of Ethereum, right? If some other dumb company announces that they're gonna use Ethereum, I can't, let's just say I have less control over my understanding of the price of Ethereum than I do about Bitcoin. You could also say, Tone, why didn't you go trade a penny stock in the NASDAQ? Well, I don't, right? So I didn't trade to make more money. If I wanted to trade and make money, I would be trading and not making videos. I traded for multiple reasons. One of them was I Well, I felt like making a trade. I haven't gone all year without making a trade, and I miss it. Sometimes I miss trading, guys. I wanted to put a trade on. I wanted like today I drove a motorbike in Thailand for the first time in my life. I've been to Asia before, never drove a motorbike, right? So I in 15 minutes, I learned how to drive a motorbike, and then I'm driving 85 kilometers an hour down a Thai highway with no regulation or speed limits or anything like that, right? I miss it. I miss the rush of trading sometimes. So I wanted to take on a trade. I saw a beautiful setup in Bitcoin. I didn't look for that setup in other assets, and I took the trade. And I'm not, I don't regret the trade. I don't have a problem with the trade. It was the right trade to make, and that's it. And it's as simple as that. It wasn't for the money. It was for making the trade. I also don't sell my. I also not selling conference tickets in Ethereum. I'm selling conference tickets in Bitcoin, and I need to hedge that because my expenses are not in Bitcoin. My expenses are in fiat. All right, I had another good question that's not on this list that I want to get to. Holy shit, that's a lot of questions. All right, let me ask another really good. This was a really good question from my private group chat, and I'm sorry I don't know your name. The question was the following, because obviously I did not wait for a red 2 to go below the red 1 below the triangle, the way it had just happened on a 4-hour chart. The proper way to enter the trade is this. You wait for the red 2 to go below the red 1 and below, well, technically it was here, but it was breaking the triangle, so it's okay to go a little bit early, right? Or you can go half X and then double down into X, right? The question was, why didn't I set a stop limit order to make sure we break out of the triangle? And that is a valid question, and that is a valid criticism. I don't have a problem with valid criticism. If you want to criticize me, that's fine. Make it valid. That is a very valid question. And other than answering it because I'm an idiot, I can come up with rationale. The right thing to do would have been to set a stop limit order. I can tell you several reasons why I didn't. None of them are good. They're basically more excuses as to why I didn't do it. The right thing to do was to set a stop limit. So here are my reasons for why I didn't set a stop limit in hindsight. First of all, I didn't think about it. I had very limited time to enter a trade before I got off the internet, and I just didn't. I just didn't think about setting a stop limit. The other thing is, the last time I actually traded on a platform, on that platform, there was no stop limit. It was just market buy and sell, right? Like, I haven't traded in a while on that platform, right? So I would have had to learn how to set the stop limit because I've never done it on that exchange. I've traded on that exchange many, many times, but it was back when it was very primitive. So I didn't have the time to learn and make sure I do it right because I only had about 5 minutes. So I just took the trade. Another reason why I didn't set a stop limit is because back when I was trading on that platform, it had a history of unreasonable spikes up and down. And I didn't want to enter that trade on a spike down and then go up, and then I'm in a short trade at a worse price. So I have several reasons as to why I didn't do it, but they're not good reasons. It's a combination of lazy, time constrained, and prior memory of that trading on that exchange not being that type of order on that exchange not being a good thing to do back in the day when I used to trade there. They're not good reasons in the current environment. The exchange is way more liquid. The order system is much better, and but I can't fix the time issue. So there you go. However, if I choose to double down, I might set that as a stop limit, which I still need to take 10 minutes and figure out how to actually do it. Next question. Since Bitfinex short or long ratio is approaching all-time highs, will we need another short squeeze before heading down to 5,000? And could this extend the bear market? Do we need another short squeeze? No. If we get the short squeeze, will this extend the bear market? Yes. All right, I have to make these quick because I want to go to bed. Next. Why are you doing your charting on only Bitcoin and not coin market cap overall? As this market is now more than only Bitcoin. No, this market isn't more than Bitcoin. This market is just Bitcoin and garbage. So there's no reason for me to chart garbage and add that into Bitcoin. Next. I've watched another program where they have drawn a descending wedge instead of a descending triangle. Can you discuss the difference? Not really, because I don't trade wedges. I don't do wedges. In fact, if you go to my homepage, oh, perfect time to show the affiliate codes. Hey guys, if you like my work and you want to support my work, please check out the affiliate section of my website. And if you're going to buy or use any of these products or services, please go through these links, including the Amazon links. You don't have to buy these things, just click and then do your shopping. All right, what was the question? Oh, wedges. Okay, right. So if you go to education, you go to learn trading. If I do the word wedge, there it is, right? So tone trading tip. Head and shoulders is a very obvious pattern, so I rarely talk about it, but it's okay as a pattern. What I do not really care for are wedges and what I call creature patterns, which are the crabs, the butterflies, and the bats. I just don't care for wedges. I just don't care. I don't find them to be very useful. I find them to be, I just don't find them to be timed instruments. Like I can't time trading a wedge. I find them to be very, I don't find them to be statistically advantageous to trade. You can find, that's fine. If you trade wedges successfully, great. I personally, in my experience of trading, I have never found wedges to be very useful. The backed Fidelity and ETFs are coming. Do you think they will turn the market bullish? No, I don't. Bear markets bottom when the last seller has sold, and I don't see the last seller selling yet. These are potentially good in the long term. They're very good from a regulatory perspective. They make Bitcoin more credible. They're good fundamental factors. Can they reverse the bear market? Well, think about it, right? Look, I know they can't. I know they can't, because look, backed news is now not a rumor, it's the news. Fidelity is not a rumor, it's news. ETFs, still a rumor. Guys, markets move on rumors, on anticipation of the future. Backed and Fidelity is certainty, and the market is still at yearly lows. It is still a fraction above yearly lows. If these events were going to turn a bear market into a bull market, they would have done it by now. They would have done it by now. It's that simple. It's that simple. Tone, one RT crypto channel with Max. I've been on that show 3 times, guys. I think the next one will be in Vegas when they come to the conference, when they come to Unconfiscatable. Can you give us an opinion as to how far the S&P could potentially drop? Let's see. Look at the weekly chart. Oh, wow, look at this, rebounding. Look, I got a little bounce here. Let's look at the hourly chart. Where's the hourly Bitcoin chart? Yeah, a little bounce. You see, we broke the downtrend. We made it to 6, broke it. Made it to 6, broke it. Let's see if we can make it to 6 again, or 9 this time. S&P. How far could the S&P drop? Here's the weekly S&P. Well, you have your RSI that needs to go oversold. You have your MACD that has crossed to the downside. The S&P can fall quite a bit, to be honest with you. If the S&P closes on a weekly basis below the 50-week moving average, it can drop down to this purple line, which today sits at 2350, and on April 1st will be at 2420. And if it breaks below that, because there's no support here, there is no support. I have to look at where the, you know what, I'm gonna drop the 7-week moving average. I don't see it being statistically useful right now. I'm gonna set this to 200. Yeah, so they have the 200-week moving average, kind of almost in line with the channel. So if the S&P 500 closes below, let's say, if it closes below 2750, I think we can drop all the way to 24. And if we drop below 24, we can drop down to 21. Do I see it dropping lower than 21? I really don't. I think 21 would be a beautiful back test, and then we go to like 5,000 on the S&P. On a daily chart, we're out of the channel, and there's no support anywhere here. So if the S&P on a daily basis closes below 27, let's say 40, then I can see a severe drop in the S&P 500, a severe drop, probably down to like 24 or 21. So yeah, so this could be very bad. The market needs to rebound immediately by Monday. Otherwise, it gets very ugly in a hurry. Next. If trading was a chess game and price is the king, what trading indicator, in your opinion, is the queen, rook, knight, bishop, pawn? Okay, sure. For me, the queen is the shape of the candlestick. Then we go with you have the rook and you have the knight. You know, the knight is a very interesting chess piece. The knight is the only chess piece where if you check the king with a knight, there is nothing you can do other than move the king. It's the only one. If you check the king with any other piece, there is a way you can defend the king by putting a piece in between the attacker and the king. But on a knight, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can put in the middle because it hops. So, and it's interesting. Yeah, so my ordering is the following: candlesticks, chart patterns like triangles, TD sequential is next. I personally prefer the knight over the rook. So the knight would be chart patterns. And no, you know what? The knight is unique. The knight is the sequential. Let's stick with that. I like the analogy though. The queen is the candlestick shape. The rook is the chart patterns. The knight is the sequential. And then you have the bishop and the pawns. You know what? Bishops are actually important. After that, it's support, resistance, and moving averages, and prior highs and lows. That's your bishop. It's a lot, and Fibonacci's, and your pawns and your oscillators, your momentum stuff. It's generally somewhat, you know, it's there, but it's not anywhere near as important. All right, next. S&P keeps going down. By Monday, should we expect a drop in price also for Bitcoin? We'll find out, won't we? All right, guys. That was a great way to end it. I'm going to stop screen share. It is 2 minutes past my 3 a.m. bedtime, and the stock market has just closed. I will call it a night from here in Thailand. Thank you very much for watching. I'm curious how many followers I am ending the night with. 1,200 viewers. My numbers are up. I love it. I love the fact that the trolls are going crazy over, you know, my trade, but my numbers are skyrocketing. So clearly the smart people are coming to watch. Thank you so much for the support. And this makes me more motivated to bring you more content. I will talk to you all on the next one.